is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious fermenting ever, never ever. Never ever ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. I know you do, baby. I know. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Alright, nothing down to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. Do you really? The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meet around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice Canadian motor carriage. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare cap. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot from window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. What do you mean? Assess the damage. How would you do that? What are you even trying to do? The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge, hot water sprays from the base and steam. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath. As you slowly reach your hand, abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. It's not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You are correct. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now. It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No.
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
No. You're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of You've been here for 3 days. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Could it be because of the drinking? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
The words have already left your mouth.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. No. You see, that's not what you said. You said... Come on, man. Pretty, please. One more time. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you? Okay, that's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit. I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. Whatever you are, you should stick to it. Otherwise, it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
There they both are, two identical shoes, both copiously green and like two baby crocodiles. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door does not care. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still no answer. Still nothing. Still nothing. Still nothing. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Of course, like a small animal that only comes out at night, or through a PA system by other people. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it. This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the insulindium. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything?
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room? No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got... No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here. No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. She just, you know...
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hot.
So now you recall. Oh, forget it.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of The Man Does Not Mind. You probably need...
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably... A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why? He is your half-brother.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau. No, it's not. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one.
Yes, well,
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intradepartmental.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Right. And the interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the corpse. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizen's military. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set...
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do... You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take... After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can...
The man with with the unimpressive beard notices you.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41. Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She used...
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you...
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep...
But you still know your way around, yes?
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more...
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the... Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you're...
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got... What?
That's good. But there is a timetable for this investigation, dictated to us by the stages of decomposition. And it says we need to move on.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabinet and internalize it with special bonuses and effects.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your...
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast, Mr. Feminist. You owe me 130 real. Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit, you owe me...
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make their fees, they get aggressive. I just never thought I'd be in this shit with a cop. What are you, brain damaged? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. for survival to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for it. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pocket. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work, so don't try to tell me you didn't. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40. I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a...
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled... But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too... You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Whatever do you mean? Ah, yes. Probably Roll With Me by the Fletchers. People often quote the Fletchers at me. Morel says it's my theme song. Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
A paraplegic? is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries like falling from a great height or a grenade explosion.
No, dear. I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty. Oh my, what happened? That's how I feel about the accident. I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffold. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the... I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is... Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? There. The year is 51, and spring has only just started.
The lieutenant studies you. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that...
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Actually, we are not. You could say that about almost any other nation, but not Revachol. Try one more time, officer. What mode of government? Nope, sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition.
Meaning, buying is voting.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, but we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and it has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better. It has something to... defeat. Of course, sweetie, I really don't know how to explain it better. You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries it.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary. Someone more educated in sweeping matters.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealth. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here. Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? What do you mean? Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to just coast. There's a little fishing village there. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. Oh, that.
She's relieved someone has come for it. Finally.
No problem. Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. Well, as you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to...
Of course.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet.
It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up this. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes and mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week, so tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verbosity. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Il-Moran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. This rockin' beauty. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks rough.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. Some pretty wild stuff I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. Us lorry drivers, camioners, you still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior. Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
Cool. We all want to know each other, know each other's woes and all. But people,
Just like that, he slips out of your reach. It is possible the yelling didn't help.
don't be a stranger.
Before you stands a vapor emanates. This must be the... In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel as you tap on the gauge. The indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start.
Translation. We're not going alternative translation. Don't even... The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very... A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks.
Take what you need, officer. It's going...
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The pry bar feels nice and cold and useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. It's robust, weatherproof, and lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back. The frequency tableau lights up. The soft purr of electric.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant.
Hello, Alice. Please...
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Altimetry, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5, this.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking. The man uses relay code.
10-4, message received, 10-5, 10-18, state your message, sir. Ten-4, your badge should have most of your personal details. Look over that. Over. 10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very...
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pig. You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Bitmar, sir.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him.
Oh goddamn it! Is he fucking kidding? The whole
Satellite Officer Dickmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this time
Mullen dicked us.
he's asking you to stop.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fuck.
Satellite Officer Dickmar concurs. Losing your badge is serious. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a...
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hit.
What's going on?
Super Cop.
He lost his
badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for captains.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost...
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or...
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun.
Satellite Officer McLean request...
Oh, request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
Then come again, please. Over. I'm going to need to put you on speaker for a second. Over. The officer is describing his genitalia in...
Host in heaven. Did he...
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my.
This isn't real.
Mac can face a giant of cocoa.
Oh, I can't. Fuck.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession. That's a negative.
What's he saying?
He...
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party.
Sure her vanilla waffles?
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. Tell him to apologize.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims you made about Mac. He says you shouldn't have antagonized...
Who?
Satellite Officer V. I'm afraid he might be referring to him.
Firewater? He's lost it. Fuck it, tell him.
Satellite Officer V. 10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit.
Oh, God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the...
What does he want?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucked?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says it's important.
He isn't getting your...
Request denied, sir. He says he's in trouble.
Well, I guess he'd better. Vigmar said. Anything else, sir? Roger that. 10-10. Over.
Beaten wooden planks of the bench.
We can sit on benches after we...
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when the...
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to An...
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the mech.
René, you're a man.
I'm trying to, but you keep...
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't... that's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime. This felt wrong. Wrong like touching your sister's breast.
Mon Dieu! Good job, officer. That was an excellent throw. What are you talking about? You just execute...
How are you ever going to get the officer's shit off your nose, Gaston? Or even climb out of his ass?
The man in the uniform says nothing. His merry partner is staring at the ground. The lieutenant is looking at you. His face is expressionless.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a... I do. Fire from heavy artillery. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They sadly know. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. Should have fought dirty, like they did.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Mar. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabbit...
Blood Ground. You got old René going there. Like it.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil. Damn right, son. They lit the fire. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a...
Well, it's your own damn...
You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific...
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
No, they don't. But I'm sorry it had to be the coalition. After 8 years of fighting, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned to Revachol. Instead, all that is just holy. This is just what the commies wanted. Damn Fricelle. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown.
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
A true king in both blood and mind. Let whoever
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he does.
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Fifth and rode the cavalry straight.
All you observe is a veteran.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of...
Don't you mean Fristel the Fat?
You do not speak his name, Craven. Although he was a cloud.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about in Martinez. The union is the law. So can you really... Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have...
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. I am merely stating that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more remaining headstrong, making tough decisions on the spot, or even tackling physical... I don't want to get into this argument with a police officer. Let's just say that in the last 82 years, I have repeatedly seen my beliefs confirmed in full.
This Post-Lavantorier mail collection box has been heavily vandalized. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic. Thankful even, so do you. You shudder, then you swallow. The box seems happy.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little...
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly, but we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir. Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather. No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the crime. It's exciting to people, I guess. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She looks at Dick Mullen. He isn't even drawn right. She examines the picture, trying to find whatever is wrong with it. She then shrugs and puts the book aside, unconvinced.
Sure you can, sir. He's just a fictional character. He'll be no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. What?
What do you mean, sir?
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't. It was okay, sir.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You're quite sober.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Because you usually aren't. I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring. There's something you're missing.
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady, or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody, well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick it. It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property. Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No, I don't know. Yes, she knows books.
What was that? An An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain?
Maybe some about other books? Oh, kings and queens in general. I think that's why people read them.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
But it does make the famous people more famous. Why would they do that, sir? That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
To crime, romance, and biography. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety, she can, if she has enough willpower. This is what...
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good...
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologise. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress. She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home. I assure you, I of all people understand...
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter, soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne. It's a proper place to live. One of the most of the buildings are empty. He made the initial investment. Since then...
Super silent, almost inaudibly so.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand. Yes.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted
Exactly.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally,
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look.
she smiles and nods. You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Why aren't you browsing the books?
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains,
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide.
she looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't. No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtain. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. No, please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you.
Talking is always good. There is something mysterious about the curtain. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty up. This is a traditional Seminese ward. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, you see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in.
I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you. Only echo. A hollow out, dark echo.
Yes?
I wasn't kidding when I said we're parapsychologically done. You clearly don't care about the consequences. What gives you the right? Don't expect my help from now on. The back door is locked and I threw away the key. Oh, do look at the books though. The books compel you. Hello again, esteemed officer. And welcome to Crime, Romance.